and US would be asking them some questions. I'm sure the lines will run through the night in terms of questioning Pakistan. But clearly the Pakistan military leadership is in the dock for explaining how this happens at this level, if you give assurance. And I'm not surprised. Indian Defence Forces won't be surprised. It is for US to see. And US, somebody made a point, US deep state has been deeply involved in stepping up and supporting Pakistan military in particular, not now, in the previous years, and therefore it is for their system to realize what is happening in the new world.
Right. These are pictures from about 15-20 minutes ago. So all these reports that are coming in, it's all activity that's happened between 8:45 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. IST. So it's happened in a half an hour window. That's where all these activities have happened. The reports are trickling in now. We'll try and establish a timestamp. So these are ceasefire violations all across the western border. So it's not just the LC and the IB in Jammu and Kashmir that's been kept active. The Pakistanis have tried to make their activity right across the entire western border section. General Pandey and then Sushant Sareen, your thoughts on this question. Is this now going to happen till the 12th? Should this be par for course? कि आधा घंटा एक घंटा कुछ एक्टिविटी करते रहेंगे just to keep things hot? And we should also respond in proportionate measure and this is par for course. What happens on the 12th now? General Pandey and then Sushant Sareen. Ji.
Yeah, so you're asking me options which are how it is going to pan out. Is first is that drone warfare is a reality, right? We may be putting into some sort of some segment of grey zone warfare, right or wrong. We want to accept it as a reality or not. Something what became very useful for us when we are into ceasefire violation timelines some time back. So these are some degree of reality we have to take. Second is that the escalatory ladder keeps on rising up, right? And the third option which can come up, that after due consideration and frustration, a very calibrated thought is taken up to actually go for war. And now for all these segments, we have to actually draw our system that what is our ultimate objective, right? And based on that objective and the mission, is a course which will be taken out. Now this will become a debate, a prolonged debate, but I just want to lay out that these are three options how to pan out. Will it stop at 12th? Will it stop tonight? Will it stop tomorrow? But yes, there is possibility of this act again. Right now, nothing much has happened. I'm more worried, for last 6 days, 7 days, I have been extremely worried about any terror attack which takes place, because when this entire thing is panning out, one element from ISI or Asim Manui says कि ये तो लग रहा है कि मेरे हाथ से लग जाएगा, अभी मुश्किल हो गया है. Now you come out and do another one, right? And that instigates the entire nation. That is exactly what he wanted in the start, right? And we go back to the drawing board after the terror attack, because this will be a paradigm shift when everybody accepted, okay, we have gone for this thing, we have hit the camps and all, we have utilized a major thing, we have punished, and the top rung leadership and the recruits or whatever, where they have gone and dusted for some point of time, but then there are elements existing, right? And this tool gets applied, that will be a major shift. And trust me, I really find myself to be in a very good place that I have retired. I'm not part of that decision-making body. It is going to be very difficult as a politician, as a government, and even as a military force to take a line this way or that way. Right. So while nuclear bluff has been called out as told by the air chief, but has the war bluff been called out? Right. Yeah. So this is a question which we have to keep on troubling ourselves with. Right. But yes, somewhere in the back room we have to work on a date when this machine which has been prepared is going to be applied for punishment. Right. And the last point which we you can take as a tool for further discussion: who is actually behind this? Is it actually Asim Mani? Is it something else which is troubling us, which is compelling the system to go on the way it is want? Who wants to actually draw us into the war? These are questions which have to be thought of.
Who question is beyond Asim Munir and if his own machinations, there is only one entity that is sitting on our eastern borders. So and there could be possibility there very actively, and the China factor comes into play at multiple levels. The Chinese will also be watching our own military capabilities, how we have amped up, how prepared are we, what is there.
And frankly, I don't give it too far to even their deep state connections as well.
Yeah.
I may love to bait China, but the pragmatic long-term strategic considerations will always point fingers somewhere. People who consider ourselves to be friends or showcase our to be friends, but maybe the leadership is. But after all, the leadership doesn't control everything. Like there's a deep state in Pakistan, there's a greater deep state somewhere else.
Yeah, fair point. Sushant Sareen, your thoughts? Zorawar Daulat Singh also with us. Good evening. Thank you for joining us here on the broadcast. Just getting us two more updates. Ambala is on a blackout. There are drones spotted there. Ganderbal in Jammu and Kashmir near Srinagar has also sighted drones above, and the ADSs are at work trying to neutralize them. Yes, Sushant Sareen, the China factor, who's actually behind this, as General Pandey is taking the discussion and the conversation forward. Bharat needs to identify who's behind this, who's orchestrating this, one within the Pakistani military, its deep state, and also beyond.